A very pleasant good day afternoon, and welcome to the Pittsburgh Curling Club. It is draw 3 of the 5 and Under World Championship, and we have here for you today our feature game between Team Pinoul and Team Anderson. Take a look at our lineups here for Team Anderson. It's Zach Anderson, the skip. Jared Swanberg is the vice skip. Seth Morgan throwing second. And Brandon Breckheimer at lead stones. For Team Pinoul, it is Jonathan Pinoul, the skip. Isabella Saranovich, the third. Etienne Perrier, the second. And Albert Siciliano is the lead. Team Pinoul won their first game in this event, defeating the hometown favorites, Team Mathy, rather. And now it will be Team Pinoul with their hammer here in the first set. I'm Dave Schmel, and I'm joined by Carson Turner. How you doing, Carson?
Test our levels here.
There you go.
Wonderful. All right.
So here we go. We are off and running
Underway.
here in draw number 3. Now, one thing that we noticed is that we've had the ice running extremely keen here this morning and this afternoon. And that one goes right on through. So here's Siciliano.
We'll get some times early on here.
He's delivering his first stone. It is Perrier and Saranovich. Looking to bring it in here. First one's a high guard. The second here from Breckheimer is a center guard just off the rings. And Siciliano is going to be test to draw underneath. So we are playing the no tick rule here.
I got a time going on this one.
All right, they're working hard on this one to hold the line. It's going to be pretty darn close to the guard.
About top 12 weight. I got 14-7 on the long time.
Brushed about halfway there. Now here's the second for Team Anderson. This is Seth Morgan. Seth Morgan, girls at the Fargo Moorhead Curling Club, has been playing for 4 years. Played twice at the 500 Nationals. Shout out to his kids, 4 years old and 2 months old, watching at home. Well, 2-month-old is more interested in sleeping and being fed. Much like you, Carson.
Yeah. Those are all good things.
Likes to curl in the winter and golf in the summer.
Don't we all? Scottish sports.
And speaking of which, he once golfed at St. Andrews in Scotland.
Where would be the equivalent curling club?
Oh, I don't know. I don't. I'm sorry. Feel free to chime in the chat. I got no clue.
Some famous. What's the first curling club ever?
The first curling club, the way I see it, and legend has it that Lucas Lafroig found a calcified pile of sheep droppings and went out to the frozen lock and said, "Oi,
Wait.
I reckon I can put this closer than you."
But was that a curling club?
And hence curling was born.
We've devolved to this conversation already. Oh, if I can get by, it does.
It certainly does ease on by. It does come out the other end. Now here's Sranovic. She's throwing the second stones. Looking to open things up here, coming down with some weight. Asking Albert to try to work this one over a little bit. You're on the top one. Just past the one in the back. It is still Team Anderson sitting 1-2. So here for Team Anderson is Jarrett Swanberg. He also curls at the Fargo Moorhead Club. Back-to-back doubles league champ.
Pretty rock. They're on it, though. Yeah, it's starting to crash.
Jarrett's been to Oktoberfest in Germany. Wicks around, and they do lie 3.
It's not bad. The double is there. And if you make that double, shooter probably rolls over and sits right on the red.
Yes! Go!
This one's going to be very close to make that slash. You're
Nice.
on the one. You stuffed it there, but you got kind of got a little bit of a bonus there. Hung around, half undercover.
Great line. Maybe just a little more weight.
Shot stone still belonging to Team Anderson. They lie 1-3. So looking to cover things up here. And put some pants in that rock in the house is Jared Swanberg. So we see that one come on into the house. It's going to settle in nicely to be a guard. And just under cover, nicely thrown rock, and they sit 1-2. So decision time here. See them take a look at the angles.
Button is open.
I think he likes... asking for it firm.
He's out. Hard.
Gotta go for line, a little tight.
Just going to get over the top. They do raise that other one, and let's see how that ended up. Still shot stone. And tight for second. I do believe it is yellow.
We could go there, but I like coming this way, I think. Just getting something else up in there. And if it over curls, then we've got that. Right there. Ideally.
So trying to throw something like top 12, top 8. But they've got backing if it over curls over to the left. And that rock would still count if it froze.
So first skip rock on the way for Brandon Breckheimer.
Plenty of room, I think. Sweeping only for weight at this point.
This does have all the room in the world.
It's right where he wanted it. Pretty nice.
Now if we take a look here, Carson, what do you think is the best prescription here for Jonathan?
Yeah, well, the double's there, but does that help you? It probably ends up...
Well, you do lie 1-2 if you can make it.
It's probably what I do. How many rocks left?
Carson, you would throw a hit all the time.
I would always throw a hit.
Just like John Franco would always throw a slider in the dirt for the Mets.
And you got 2 rocks. Is that what they're doing?
It is going to be that call, so...
Yeah, I tried this now.
Yeah, you're not going to get another chance most likely, and the other thing is if you overcurl a little bit, you're going to open yourself up a draw path.
Boy, was this ice. Gonna have to rip it.
It will hold there. First to 2. On the way here for Jonathan.
Maybe a tad wide. They're trying to push it back.
Albert's on it, not going to do it. One thing that we've seen is that you bring that weight up. Ice is running pretty keen here. There's no pushing it there. It's got to be control weight or down for that even to possibly be a thing. So taking a look back here, it is still shot stone belonging to red. Putting another one isn't a bad idea. You could throw the guard
I
here.
think it needs, what, 6 feet more? Just pop a little bit. Okay.
So there you go.
Yep.
So you hear talk about a pop there. Now, the people who don't watch curling all the time, I'm sure there's some friends and family at home that don't play. What would he mean by that?
Did he say he did pop it before?
He needs to pop it a little bit.
So that would be just kind of outing your shot, throwing it a little bit outside of the previous target line, popping it outside,
So now they're
which he
see
did.
it taking the curl, and now can they get it lined all the way up?
Not bad at all.
And they do lie 1-2. So double takeout is there if you want to go for it. See what they're thinking. He's going to go for the double and stick here. I think it's a good time to do that because you're really not in any danger ever of taking out your own rock.
And a little roll in. You've got a margin of error there. A little roll in. Even nose is okay, right?
Yep. So Jonathan Pinoul settles in. Trying to make this double and stick for a deuce. Final stone of end number 1.
Not huge, probably control weight.
Line's looking pretty good. They're trying to hold it there. Got to get right down on it. Now you're on the first one. Push it back. Do you get the second one? No, you stuff it and will be a steal of 1 for Team Anderson.
Whew.
And they take a 1-0 lead here at the 500 World Championship from the Pittsburgh Curling Club.
This baby.
Welcome back to the Pittsburgh Curling Club.
First stone has been thrown, and it winds up top 12. I think they were looking for a corner guard, so now here comes the hit back.
Both teams playing this very much by the book here in the early going. Isabella was on the brush to hold the line. Her and Etienne are quite happy with it, and they should be. Hit and removed.
Brandon. You like this? Whatever you got.
Sounds like the call was, I'm going to put the broom down, make the shot.
If only it was that easy.
Whatever you got. I like it.
So Brandon Breckheimer looking to make the takeout here. This one is moving. They're sweeping it as if it needs to curl, but you look, you got so much weight. You caught it.
Trying to just keep that shot stone around, I think.
Yeah, I would argue that at that weight, though, it's
Yeah,
not
that's-
really. It's not. I think that's above the, for lack of a better word, pushable weight.
This has been a, not a bone of contention, but a point that we've argued before. Can you push a rock at all, but can you push a rock that's traveling at normal or greater speed?
Yeah.
Is it possible?
There's certainly a point where it doesn't work anymore. Where that is definitely up to interpretation.
Keeping in mind that none of us, I speak for myself, are Olympic level sweepers.
And in fairness, having watched a good number of higher level games and being able to commentate on some of them as well, I'm not always convinced that they can do it either.
Right. Some of the sweeping, some of the directional sweeping, at least at the club level, I feel at times is at the front end, just letting the skip know we know what this rock is supposed to be doing. Right? So we're sweeping directionally. Look, we know this is supposed to be curling, and then everybody's kind of in sync.
So what you're saying is you're calling line as a brusher.
No, back here as a skip, I'm only calling line. That I would never, ever, ever, ever think of calling weight as a skip.
No, I never seen you do that ever for me.
Wouldn't happen. So we're
This
playing the old clean end here so far.
Yeah, I mean, this was supposed to settle in, but, you're playing the second end when both teams have been up and back. The ice is keening up a little bit, even more.
Whew. That just kept sliding. Yeah, I'll get some times for us here. If the first several were any indication, that's going to glide on in there. Yeah, ice is keen.
It is gliding. And we're going to throw the old nice shot, take it out game. So here's Isabella. Albert's on it right away.
Looks pretty darn good for nose.
That's going to hit. It's going to get the tiniest bits of roll over to the side of the 4-foot, where it will be dispatched. We're at Vice Rocks right now. Trading this end back and forth. Another hit made, another stick made. So Jonathan Pinoul will call for the hit and return. We're both from representing the Montreal area, from the Lachine Curling Club and the Glenmore Curling Club. I say there, no problem holding the line. It is curling back up just fine, even though that is normal weight. So,
yeah, both those last two shots were 9-second rocks. Maybe 6 inches of curl on them.
That's about what you would expect at any level, really. And we're back on the hit parade.
Who will be the first to blink? That seemed to curl up a little bit, but it's just fine.
So from North Dakota, some people would argue that, what was the episode of the West Wing once? There was a group of folks from North Dakota who just want to be called Dakota because they didn't want the connotation of being North.
Yeah, being way up there, Dakota.
To be fair, it's pretty cold in North Dakota.
Well, I woke up this morning to 7 degrees in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
And there's that blink you were referring to.
There it was. Did throw it a little wide, but I thought the weight was down and it might be soft enough to curl in there, but was a flash. Now an opportunity.
So Skip Stone's here. Brandon Breckheimer. Gonna look to split the house here and put the force on. This one's on the way. Rushers are standing straight up here.
Looks a little big.
They're going to have to get a little touch of this to grab the brakes.
That works.
And they do. Can Pinoul get it out the back? Yes, he can.
Wow.
That was a bit of an unforced error there.
Yeah. Even that was maybe backline weight, but too much.
Now we're back on your hit parade here at the Pittsburgh Curling Club.
It's a blink followed by
Looking
a blink.
around the warm room, about 3 people here got that reference.
They're just super in tune to the curling, that's all.
Well, the timers are incredibly focused because timing is something that requires said focus.
Can't be bothered with your
With my
antics.
incessant rambling.
Trying. Doing their best.
10 points, 10 points.
Oh, this one is on the outside again.
Really got to push it back.
There's no pushing that back.
So
it'll be a second chance to put that force on it. You know, you might be able to try to go for a free steal now. So it'll be the final stone for Zach Anderson, who prefers Rumplements over Fireball.
good to know.
Did you know, Carson Turner, that Fireball is illegal in the European Union?
I did not.
It contains too high a percentage of propylene glycol.
Oh, it's definitely not whiskey.
Well, you do tell your kids, you know, you don't want your pet to drink antifreeze, but yet we'll drink Fireball. Final stone for Anderson.
Man, the ice is so keen, I think you just let that go.
I think he got to go. I think he made a heck of an adjustment.
Yeah, they're crushing it.
Can Breckheimer get it there?
And it
Can
does
Morgan
need it.
get it there? Just want to touch it. Yes, you do. Just
Nice
even.
shot.
No.
Really nice. Beauty.
Doesn't. Do you take on the double takeout and try to get up over the top and blank? Oh, that'd be nifty.
Boy, that's scary.
Or you
Dead.
can just draw the 8-foot and
And
take
just
your force.
Dead draw around
Yeah,
it.
just take
and
your force in the 8-foot.
cut your losses, and that's that.
That does appear to be the strategy. He's going to take almost full 12. Now, this is a little bit out in the freshy path.
Oof. Yeah, this is scary.
Il y a pas vraiment de... Ben, ouais, mais... Je pense que j'ai bien la place, là. C'est...
Jonathan Pinoul.
Faut toucher au blanc. Un touche au blanc, un demi-blanc, puis on est...
Final stone of the second end.
Drawn against 2.
Ouais, c'est ça, 4-10?
Against 2 counters. It's full 8-foot.
4:04 on the short time. 4:04 sounds great.
It's all, they just have to worry about the line right now. Once the line's fine, I think he can get off of it. Oh goodness, I hope he didn't overcook it. It's settling in. Will it settle in? Is it gonna stay for supper? Oh, it's gonna leave before dessert, and it's a steal of 2.
Whew. Just a tiny bit overswept.
Just a skosh too heavy, and that will be 2 for Team Anderson. They take a 3-0 lead. We'll be back in just a moment. Back here in the third end. 500 World Championship in the Pittsburgh Curling Club. Dave Schmel, Carson Turner here with you. Happy to have all you joining us, wherever you are. We appreciate you tuning in. We'll have action and a feature game every draw the whole weekend long. So keep it right here with us. You can also watch every draw on the full view. And Carson, we were talking some in the break there. That was just a tough miss there.
Yeah, so I'm thinking of our good friend Sean Mazurski. He's probably at home watching going, hit those front two rocks, hit them. But it all depends on whether a hit is more comfortable for you or a dead draw is.
I mean, ultimately, I don't mind the call of a draw. It's something you have to do, and even the most likely person to suggest a draw just suggested a draw to me via text.
Oh wow!
Even Sean would have thrown a draw.
I draw. Well, I just said my good friend Sean would have hit those. Well, so what I don't know is if he would have hit those. Apparently not. But what I do know is that he would say the hit is the shot with the larger error of margin. Margin of error, not error of margin.
Yeah, I got you.
So
the higher tolerance.
Yes. So in essence, the hit is the easier of the two shots. And if they both wind up with you scoring one, take the easier of the two.
And that one does slide by. Or throw the double for one. And he was thinking, and Shawnee, I know we're put it in the chat so everybody can see your feelings. Share your ideas with the class.
Well, so this is the warm room banter. We'd sit here and talk about this all night, but I'm looking at that shot thinking, I go hit. But that's just me. Because that draw is just, got to be perfect.
And someplace in every curling club, and I can hear the crotchety old voice right now. If you can't draw the 4 foot, you should be throwing
draw
the
for one,
stones.
skips draw, right? Well, also about 80% of the time I make a suggestion in curling, it's wrong. That's a beauty if they just get off it.
Now, you only leave ice skip for me once a year, so I have a limited amount of data to go by. But I'm going higher.
Then 80? 80's a lot.
It'd be like the old Bob Eubanks card sharks. Higher than a jack. It's a queen.
All right.
In the meantime, Team Pinoul has been getting some stuff going on now. If Morgan can weld one on here, it's going to be pretty good. It comes on down. It does tap it back.
Little bump.
And separate it just a little bit.
Guess they had to go for weight on, or for line on that. But I think out of his hand, that was a perfect freeze. So the red's peeking out just a hair?
Yeah, it is peeking out just a skosh, and Isabella's going to take a look at it. And she kicks and delivers.
Throw a little bit bigger weight and bump it back.
They get Etienne on this right away to hold it. And looks like he did indeed hold it. Maybe. Oh, now it's going to bite. It's going to be really tight to that top guard.
Well,
there you go.
good.
You clear it. Do you hold on the shooter on the side? Oh, yes, you do.
And it wraps
and
back
you
in.
lie 1, 2, and 3. Nice shot.
Very nice. Just the right weight to keep everything still in play.
So you see those 3 pesky stones in the 12-foot, and they could cause Team Anderson some problem as we move further along in this end.
Those are those ones you look at and you keep going, I can ignore that for a little bit. I can ignore that for a little bit. And all of a sudden there's 5 of them.
Yeah, then eventually you can't. So coming inside out here, looking to make this hit and roll under cover. Got to hurry to get the roll. Make the hit. You're not going to
Really
get
gotta
much
roll
of a roll
big.
at all. And you do bite, but you're not biting more. The other biters are bitier.
Bitey. More bitey bitiers.
They are more bitey biters, yes. So the proper strategy would be to draw the forfeit. Or just take out the biter. But I think you're going to draw here. What do you think?
Yeah, just top 4 would be perfect. Does appear to be the goal. They are on it hard.
This is going to have to hurry. It is not heavy. They got the line. It's just
Line's
can they
good.
drag it there?
Oh, I thought line was good.
Oh!
Man. So close. But
they do get it to skitter on in, and
Yeah.
they lie quite a few now.
not undercover, but all told, not bad at all
They
for
do
yellow.
lie 3. Hitting third stones now. Here's Swanberg.
Trying to rip these 2 yellows out through the gap. Normal weight shot.
On this right off the jump.
Oh, it curled a lot.
It is curling. It's going to be really tight to that guard. It's on the guard and past everything.
So the interesting thing here is you've got that red yellow all loaded up.
Mm-hmm.
And is there any way that goes red yellow onto the back yellow? Maybe.
We will indeed find out momentarily.
Unless this yellow foils that plan. Which it is aimed to do. Looks a little big. The ice is really quick. Settles in. Back 8. More counters. Smaller scoring zone. Zach says just get rid of all this stuff back here.
And
Throw
he
a bullet
probably
at it.
can get rid of a few of them here. Get rid of 2 for sure if he can. Coming on down. Right on the top one.
Boom,
1 and 2
boom.
are gone.
Very nice.
Goodbye. See you later.
That's a good call there. Get rid of that stuff stacking up in the back that's going to hurt you later.
Does leave your shooter right there.
We're trying to return the favor.
Big sweep by Isabella there. Albert joins in.
Little inside roll, not quite buried.
Does leave them sitting
I
free,
wanna
so
get under.
let's
And make sure that one leaves.
You think hack?
Yeah.
What do you think for ice? Like there?
Okay.
It's my
So
out.
there you hear the call, looking to throw a hack weight shot.
I mean,
I-
whatever.
Skate down to the other end. I love that. Hack with that broom. Go.
So let it be written, so let it be
Not that
done.
hit and roll.
perfect.
We're thinking like half. Okay, that's
He tightened it up a little bit
Yeah.
there.
The old move the broom while you're skip skating back trick.
Yeah. There you go. Moved it back out.
Zach wasn't falling for
Yeah, it
that.
looks a little more hackish there.
Zach Anderson with his first here in the third end.
A lot of rotations on that rock. It should hold it straight.
It is taking the curl. Weight's about right. Now you're there. You're there across the center line.
Oh,
Got to work
Willie,
really hard to
get
get
it.
past the guard. Oh no, you didn't. You erected. You got to catch the other one on the way
Jam
by.
on the back.
No, you don't.
No.
And you leave your opponent sitting 1, 2, and 3.
Whew.
So that was about the one way you couldn't miss that, Carson.
Yeah, that was unfortunate.
So let's see what they try to think to lock it up here. They're thinking top 12.
Le best case scénario, c'est moitié bleu, moitié blanc. Ouais, pour que si elle frappe,
So I'm familiar with Spanglish, but I don't know Frenchish.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be lost with that combination. I do apologize. The Francais is not c'est bon at all. Franglish? Franglais? Ah, it's
Franglais.
Franglais. Okay. So
Rock
Jonathan
is on the
Pinoul.
way. It's got plenty of room. Looks a little big, maybe.
I think the weight's gonna come off of it if you let it go. Sliding, sliding, slide, slide, slippery slide all the way to the top 4. So there you go. You see them sitting 1, 2, 3, 4, and Carson. I think you got to try to fire this double here just to
Yeah, man.
not give up a huge crooked number. You're giving up a crooked number, I'm pretty sure. I mean, if
Well,
you really
so-
want to feel like a hero, you could draw to the one in the back. But
No, I
you
think
need a
I think you do what they're doing. You blast this, and then your shot rock rolls over and freezes on the yellow in the top 12. And if it does do that, you have a shot.
Nose is, yeah, just this side of nose, we might get enough roll. I think I got to throw a lot of weight at it though.
Because then yellow comes back, they would hit that, but there's a chance it jams on the one in the back 4.
So you hear them saying firm weight. They're going to try to make the double
Yep.
basically over the top.
Yep.
You know,
Roll over and catch that yellow in the 12-foot.
you might end up with a triple. The geometry
We got to hit
close on it.
just
Oh, I mean, that would have to be
anything a little higher of
rocket
nose should
weight.
give us the roll. Hopefully, don't jam.
Well, here we go.
I don't think you do jam him. Yeah, I like this call a lot. Let's see how it goes.
So here comes Anderson with his final
Little
stone of the
tight.
third
Really
end.
gotta go.
They got to hustle to get by here. This looks like it's all over the guard. Now maybe get lucky, get one in the way. Oh, get one and get two. You moved them around. You still let your opponent sitting 1, 2, and 3. There'll be a free draw for 4.
This is for 4 and a one-shot lead in the game.
So all you got to do is touch the paint here. Carson will grab the time on this rack. Hog to hog, hopefully. Jonathan Pinoul. Final stone. And number 3. This is not light.
It's big, if anything, for sure. Plenty of room.
This needs the backing. Question is,
It
hope
clocks
it doesn't
in at
remove.
13 flat.
13 flat is hack weight here all day right now. Will they kill one of their own? Yes, they do. It's a score of 1, 2, and 3. So we're all tied up after 3 here in Pittsburgh. We'll be back from the 500 Worlds after this. Welcome back to the 4th end here. All tied up between Team Anderson and Team Pinoul. Team Anderson has the hammer there. And despite scoring 3, a point left in the scoreboard there for the team out of Quebec. Just had to lay it anywhere into the rings. Just threw it just a little bit too strong there.
13 flat on that one, a little big. Yeah, where are we? 14, 6, 7 to tee or so.
It's pretty good for club ice, that's for sure.
I'll take it. Good consistent curl too. Dave's over here patting himself on the back as he would like to at least believe he is mostly responsible for the ice, partially responsible for
I think anybody who was here at 6 o'clock in the morning is somewhat responsible.
It's a nice little come around there, but leaves the button open, so they're going to try to get to the button.
Absolutely. The Pittsburgh Curling Club. We're all volunteers here.
Are you still a member of the Pittsburgh Curling
I
Club?
certainly am.
Nice.
You took my money.
We'll always do that. Trying to come down and freeze on this yellow rock. Line's a little tight. Weight looks perfect.
Line looks really good. You're going to get just past it.
Very nice.
Now it's getting a park all the way down. You're in front of it. That's a really nice spot to be right now.
Pretty good.
And they said 1.
Now it turns into a doubles game.
And we see this a lot of times, especially even at the highest levels. That center guard goes up, and you have a series of draws that ensue until somebody decides to hit control at the late.
Till something just peeks out. And then you can hit it and get rid of everything. A little wide, a little big. Maybe gonna set up the back of the house.
I want to thank everybody who's tuning in to the broadcast here of 500 Worlds. The opportunity, like that video, click that thumbs up, help us out with the algorithm. Want to make curling more visible so we can keep it here in the Pittsburgh area for years and years to come.
I got a Sean Mazursky message coming in. I think he might have a bone to pick with you about the ice.
He sent the same one to me too.
He said, make sure Dave checks his text.
I checks my text.
Ooh, that sits on the back yellow and is pretty locked in there.
It is. They sit 1-2 right now, so you look at it here on the overhead. So
now the thought is, if you're locked in, keep it locked in.
well, yeah, but you're going to draw there because Pinoul realizes that those stones are behind the tee line. They could be friends for him. There's plenty of room to still score multiple here.
If this would sit right in that pocket.
It's all business now for Mr. Perrier. He has his jacket off. He's sweeping hard.
Line's great. Does it have enough?
This is going to be in a great place, even if it's short. That's
Yeah.
a nice
Don't
place
mind that
to
at
leave a
all.
stone. Take a look over here at the overhead. Those stones in front of the 4-foot, those are control rocks. So Zach Anderson can't leave that there. He has to address that. He'll probably start by saying, "Dear rock, please leave."
That one's seeming to hang just a little.
It is coming over, but the problem is you don't want to jam in here. Gonna come into contact, wiki whack, and you just let your opponent sitting shot stone in the back. It is in the back now.
Yeah, and it opened it up.
But you
I
see-
don't know that I mind that shot from red at all.
Let's see, here's the problem now. If Etienne can throw this with hack weight and get just a little bit of roll onto the inside, they'll have all those rocks in the control situation. It's going to be one very, very lonely redstone. Oh, just
tick.
wrecking on that top guy. So the governor called and issued a stay there. Take a look here at our view of the action. Shot stone belonging to yellow. But a good opportunity for Anderson to get in there and take the end away.
They are sweeping this hard.
This has to get past the guard, and it is going to come on up and jam it, and you just raise your own opponent's stone to the top of the button. Didn't want to do that. Okay, so you just got handed a gift horse here, and he's going to say a guard's the right option. You like guarding that side as opposed to the other, Carson?
I was going to say, I mean, that other side is, well, so he's guarding the hit, but the other side is a draw. Yeah, I like this because the other side has got to be a dead perfect draw.
This one looks to be a skosh big, and wide. It is taking the curl now. Will it put that blinker on and make it all the way over? Now it does. And Albert's going to try to push it in. That's really nice angles if
good,
you're
man.
throwing yellow.
More mass in the center rings is a good thing.
And
Boy, that one red back there is.
it is in need of companionship now.
The saving grace right now.
Well, yeah, but they're firing away at these stones here. They could come back on it if they're not careful.
Throwing big.
So Swanberg with big weight here. Tight to the guard. Working hard to get past it. You get one moving and that's all. Everything else flies on past. It is still Pinoul sitting 1, 2, 4, 5, and 6.
So is there any
I
way?
ran out of, so he's not. He's sitting. He's all this close to sitting a full Alfonseca.
But with absolutely no way to move that red rock.
Oh, it goes really easy right now, buddy. Take a look at the overhead.
Shoots out the back corner there.
We might lose the back one along the way. I think she goes.
Yeah. Looks better from the overhead than it does.
But he's going to elect to throw the guard sitting 2. I cannot argue with this call.
It's probably the smart move.
So here's the first from the skip.
Looks like it's nice guard weight. Barely over. Ah, you're good. You're good. Solid 2. Ice is keen.
So no problem. So now
That leaves them with but one option, yes?
mm-hmm.
I don't even know, is there a one rock pocket in there?
I think there's room for one.
Yeah, you can get in there.
That's what he's going to do. You could even throw down heavy enough and chap off the one. You just can't. You can't reckon
Well,
the high guard. That's really, really bad.
I have a crazy question.
What's that?
Does a perfect shot score 2 for red here?
Well, he gets. The good news is he still gets to throw 2 rocks.
That's true.
So that possibility is certainly there.
I mean, I could see where this comes in, bumps that front red sideways a little, or the front yellow sideways a little, and he could sit 2. Have to be perfect, though.
First stone from Zach Anderson on the way. The weight looks pretty close here. This is all about the line. Now they're going to let it take the curl. Did they brush it too aggressively off the jump?
Boy, that's a nice shot.
Yeah, they probably had room
Yeah.
to let that curl, but they had a couple jump on them, so I don't blame them for being a little gun shy.
That was
And
so
if you
close
take
to
a
his
look
being
here,
perfect.
it's very close for shot stone.
Whew.
It's right in one of our sponsored houses. It does look like yellow on the other side is shot.
Wow, I can't even tell.
And timeout is called.
They want to check.
So let's listen in.
On fait quoi? Eux, comme ça, puis faire ça.
Le pire, c'est ça.
Le pire, c'est ça.
Il vient là,
Comme ça.
il enlève facile, il y a au moins un. Là, on a juste un. Je suis pas sûr.
On n'est pas sûr. Ben, tu peut-être garder là? Parce que lui, s'il frappe, là, techniquement, Tu sais, s'il frappe un peu là, il va venir là.
Il fait un.
S'il nose, ben, s'il nose, on est deuxième pareil.
Il pourrait. Ouais, j'ai
Ouais.
bon, mais le but,
Can
c'est de
they
faire un,
get
là.
to
On est
nose on
dans
that
la
one?
première shot, là.
I guess coming.
Non, 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 non.
Both teams are afforded
Mais
one
mettons que
timeout in this format.
Si je donne le run back, c'est pour un aussi, puis c'est tough. Fait que probablement, run back, ça peut être pour deux, mais pas vraiment.
So looking at running this.
Mais la rouge va
yellow.
partir.
They were thinking about it, yeah.
On peut juste garder entre les deux-là, hein.
Don't know if that really helps you the way you want
Je
to,
pense que
though.
oui, là.
Well, I guess
Pas
it,
vraiment.
it ensures
Il y
you
a jamais la
shot
power,
rock
il va
if you
sans pogner ce
push it
garde-là
back
pour
to the
aller-
button.
Impossible.
And it would be under that center guard
Je vais venir de
cover.
même. Ouais, comme ça. Ouais, ok, ouais, comme ça.
I don't know what else you do.
Moi, je t'avoue que j'étais un petit peu confus, là, mais ça serait quelque chose comme ça, normalement. Ici. Elle est supposée,
That's what
mais
they have
serait
decided
correct
to do,
avec
it looks
ça.
like.
Parce que même si je vais un petit peu là-bas, ouais. Ouais. Ici. Un peu plus, c'est ça.
Okay, he's
Comme
going
un balai
to
plus
come
que
around
ça.
that side.
Yeah,
Looks like
that,
it's-
that looking at that other side. Oh, it's so tight around that red guard up high. Here you have room to curl. Do they have room to get into the pocket?
And you have to be careful not to take your own out a shot position because I'm pretty sure you lie one right now.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to bump that one that's top button, would you?
No, because that's your control rock.
And you about have to bump it if you're trying to get all the way in.
So here's the final stone from Jonathan here in the fourth end. This is gonna bite, so they are playing to guard the hole here.
Oh, if you come in through that way.
That is pretty good. Can't pick anything out now, so
I mean, that actually works out very well.
so the final stone upcoming. Let's take a look at what we got here.
Well, so the red rock that's locked into the back four that we've been talking about all game, I think it's still locked in. So you can come hit and roll off your own here.
I mean, really, all you have to do is you need to advance the stone off a little bit. Oh boy. Okay, so what they're thinking here, let's see if we can listen in.
Do you like
Yeah, so he's
giving me
looking
here
to
and I
play
throw
off the in off of his own here.
normal?
Yeah.
So it's a little dead roll.
And then push
Normal right here.
that red in.
And it,
so-
and it will go sideways into what is currently the
I
shot
mean, you give
stone.
me there, but I'd rather hit it thin
And
and
hopefully
have a
stay
shot.
there.
Give the brooms up.
Boy, what a shot if he makes this.
I think this is 100% there. It's just a matter
Let's
of
give
making
the
it.
people a show. Because the run not for two. If the run was for
That's great.
get out of the way.
That's great.
If I hit it, it
Tells
doesn't
his
move
front
shot.
end to get the
No.
out of the way.
So I
Let
think
me through the
normal-
shot already.
Yeah.
That's
on that side.
fantastic. Let's go. Minimal ice. He's just going to throw a rocket down here and
So I like firm.
give the people
I
a show.
like firm. These rocks are pretty dead. Tighten it up just a bit.
Looking for firm weight. Final stone of the fourth end. It's coming on down. Looking to catch the inside and roll on in. And you're on the outside the whole time. It's a steal of one. Oh, they're going to, yep. One for yellow. And we're in the fourth end break. We'll be back from Pittsburgh. See you in five. Welcome back to the Pittsburgh Curling Club. It's the fifth end. Here in the third draw, pool play action of the 500 World Championship. Presented by the Pittsburgh Curling Club. We're happy to have you here with us all weekend. We have all the action for you and all the games. We do have our much broader open house view, which shows all 4 sheets. I'll try to get you some of the other scores here as we go, but most of them are on Curling Zone. Take a look over at sheet A. It is Team Shaw holding a 4-1 lead over Team Anderson. All these games are in the fifth end. It's Team Finish with a 4-1 lead over Team Meyer. Team Johnson 6-4 over the hometown team here and Trevor Matthey. And back here it's a one-stone advantage for Jonathan Pinoul from Quebec versus Zach Anderson. Anderson having given up that steal in the last end. Retains a hammer in end number 5, and it was just a shot where he was looking to make a nifty little double and in off, and it just put it out a little bit wide. I think he focused a little bit too hard on firing out the weight. Sometimes that can happen. Very, very easy. So Pinoul has a center guard is up. Another one is on the way in. They lie shot stone under cover. Anderson lying second here. Deschmel rejoined by Carson Turner, who had to go see a man about a horse.
Short break.
That's often a short story with you.
Rejoin the action.
So take a look at up over here. See shot stone well buried here. They're going to look to reinforce the guard, maybe even bring another one in. And it's Isabel Saranovich. This one's going to curl up nicely to be a guard. Now it's there. Etienne will finish it off. And they are
Beauty.
lined up 1, 2, 3 in a line like little soldiers.
It is time to make stuff go away.
Zach Anderson says, make them go away with all due prejudice. Started this one out a little bit, trying to walk it over, but that kind of weight, it's might as well be walking around the Robinson Mall. It's not going to walk anywhere.
The Robinson Mall.
Robinson has a mall?
Probably does. So, rinse and repeat here. Just keep putting it back.
Yeah, we are in the shampoo cycle of curling. Lather, rinse, and repeat as desired.
At some point here, if they are successful at putting it back, Anderson's going to have to think about another way in. And he does have that red in the top 12 sitting there.
He does. He's going to ask Swanberg to do a little bit more ripping and tearing here. Going the counterclockwise rotation.
Tight. Ooh, that's cool. Call it tight, and if you rip that top guard, fine. Yep.
Get that top guard. Did call it tight, and it does look like that he kind of set that just a touch on the release.
So we're in another who will blink first situation. Gonna keep putting this guard back, gonna keep peeling it. Little light, but it's gotta move.
They're going to get it over. It will get over no problem. It's just taking the line. Now, walk every bit of that last inch. There it goes. Get that last corkscrew. I'll tell you, that's probably good enough, Carson.
Well,
Yeah, see, now it's going to make him
yep.
take a look at that run back. Let's see if we
Nose.
can't listen in.
Okay. Firm.
Okay, he wants to take another shot.
Well, it's way more open. It's as open as it's ever been here. So, might as well get rid of that.
Yep. 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 Oh.
This one's really close on the first one. Oh, just slides on by. That was
Right
so
there.
close to being so good. Problem is the result.
Not the best outcome, Swan.
That would be saying it well, Skip.
When you throw it well, and you just don't get the outcome.
Yeah, and because what I think he was referring to, as you see here in the overhead, now he's corner hooked in front of him, and now both of his stones are really not promotable. So Jonathan Pinoul from the Lachine Curling Club is going to throw the guard here. His first of two skip rocks. Working this up here. Needs to sell down. It's a little bit big. It didn't do any harm there. Taking a look at the overhead. There's still shot stone buried. The stagger is very much in their favor.
I think we have to play that. And if we
Who
get here,
is?
it's fine. What do you think?
That, my friend, is a big ask. What he's looking at.
I mean, that's what I was thinking from here.
Yeah, I don't hate that.
Yeah.
And if we tap the top one, we go here.
Is
That's
is
fine,
the
let's
button
do that.
open right now for a draw
Here. Back line.
Yes.
I think it's like right here.
from either side?
Okay. You said back line, so.
So I'm kind of kill this thing. I shouldn't have had you on it, but
He was close. That last one was really close.
What? Yeah, that's fine too, I guess. Whatever. Isn't it the same?
And that's why I'm quick on that finger.
Well, a little frustration coming out maybe, just because those top two guards are cornered up and
Yeah, splitting them up a little bit's not a bad outcome. Here's the first of two here for Zach Anderson. Looks like he pulled the string on that one big time.
and then they're on it.
It was a huge slide and a big adjustment. It's going to just make the rings, let alone get in. And it does just guard everything up.
C'est moins
Well,
dangereux.
so the answer to that previous question
Parce que je peux
is there,
finir là,
that draw is there, but
correct.
boy is it difficult.
tandis que là, si je suis exposed, je donne une double. On va par ici.
Now he realizes that
C'est
slash
juste là
is
que je
there on
finisse
the
dans ce
other
coin-ci.
side.
Fait qu'il faut que je sois léger. Mais
I think this call is the guard for the draw for
je vais
one.
passer
and
proche du garde
forcing
parce
it
que
for the
fuck it,
slash.
j'aime mieux accrocher le garde faire juste un garde avec que d'être trop exposé à droite. So, on va prendre quelque chose comme ça.
He's going to look to
Un peu
put
plus que
another
ça.
one in here
Sinon,
and
je vais
apply the
passer
pressure
ça,
on
là.
line two.
Ah, ça, c'est bon.
I like this call, Carson. Nice and aggressive.
Yeah, I mean if you get under any of that up top, now you've just got
What the heck's
more
he going
mass.
to do?
You've shrunken the scoring zone. It's a good call.
Now, the only thing we haven't been down this side of the sheet much this end.
Just can't hang this out. If you hang this out for a hit and roll, that's bad. But light is the miss here.
So Jonathan Pinoul with his final rock in the fifth end. This one has taken a turn. They are not going to get it past the guard. It's going to wick. Didn't really hurt you much.
No, not too much of a change.
All right, now we're going to take a look at it. I'm pretty sure we're going to line this puppy up. Looking to throw this slash.
Ouais. Allez, il y a la deux. Dedans.
Give me- Everyone did. We appear to have lost the audio there on Zach, but the call is to throw this
Tried to go to Zach's mic there, but
redirect double. Very Al Hackner-ish. Coming from the inside out.
he does use a old school broom.
Zach Anderson. Final stone of the fifth.
The guys are on it big time. They're digging.
This is really close. Gonna make contact with the first one. Working over. Do you get it? Oh!
Just
over
skirted
the
it.
top.
Whew.
Ooh, what an effort by Zach Anderson.
And that's a miss of 16th of an inch.
That's just millimeters away. It is indeed a steal of one,
Wow.
and they'll trail by two
Great shot.
heading into the sixth.
5-3.
5-3 is the score after 5. And Carson, we were talking during the break there. You just missed that one by a skosh.
I mean, you can't, like, that's the difference between being unbelievable at this game and what we just saw. I mean, we're talking not even a 16th of an inch. You can't even say it's a miss.
I think that 98% of curlers, club curlers, would take being that close to it any day of the week and take their chances.
I mean, honestly, you give Nicholas Adine that shot 10 times. How many times does he make it?
4 or 5.
Yeah,
maybe
I
3.
mean,
That's not a high percentage shot even for the best.
It is razor thin, and he was close.
No, so I mean, all the credit, 1, to call a shot like that, and 2, to come really, 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 really close to making it. But now, he really, really trails by 2 in the 6th end, and he really, really needs to score. And unfortunately, this one is more than a skosh heavy.
The old back of the house game. Yeah, you can see a little bit of frustration on his face there, too.
Yep, a snarky skip from Delaware County, Pennsylvania once told me, David, once the Stones are behind the tee line, they never get any closer. Words to live by, so now the hit's going to be applied. They ricochet their own out. They don't. Doesn't really bother them one little bit.
Little tripping hazard back there.
They'll use that later.
Could stack a couple of rocks up against it.
So now needing the guard. And you see how it just glides.
Oh, the ice is quick.
Ever.
It is really
Ever.
quick.
And ever.
Look at that.
He just fell out of the hack there.
I seriously thought when he let that go, you might have to sweep for hog.
And indeed.
And it's almost a biter. That's quick ice. I'll get us a time here.
It looks like we have Jonathan shifting gears here. You could elect to just peel that. We're going to have Isabella draw under.
Line's a little tight. Weight looks okay.
Etienne Perrier is going to try to hold it. Albert Siciliano supervising it on the way down. 24 and change to get to there.
Yeah, I forgot to click it on this hog, but we'll get it this time.
Second stone for Morgan. He's been asked to throw a lot of hits as of late. So let's see if he can find the draw weight. Really tough because the last couple ends he had big weight shots called for him. 13-5, that's a goner. Might be some days when that hangs around here, but I don't think today's one of them.
Just back line,
It
so
caught
13-5 is back line.
That's without a
That
hint
was
of a
with
brush
sweeper.
stroke.
Oh,
Yeah, they didn't even try to push it.
yeah, it was the
Just
opponent
pure.
at the end trying to crush it. So maybe it's come back a little,
Let's see what we got.
just a hair.
Trying to push this one over for some curl. They want to get down on the one in the back.
I think it's
Or
going to be all
undercover.
right line. That one's 15-1.
With minimal sweeping. Going to be full 12 foot. That's a pretty good spot.
I like that shot.
Yeah, sure, your opponent's sitting one, but with those two up front, you're dominating the conversation here. So now it is going to have to be some stone removal.
It's got a little bit of curl on it. That is
It's
a
going to get the one. We avoid yours in the back. By the slimmest of margins, you do. And they lie shot. You see Jonathan first suggesting the tippy tap.
Passe là. Jusqu'ici.
Yeah, I love that. He's visualizing that line there.
Yep.
Yep. That looks pretty nice. Pretty nice if it's got the right weight.
First stone on the way for Perrier. It's going to make that tap. Ooh, hit the opponent's one first. And now you have your opponent's line 1-2.
Interesting.
Take a look at that now. You know, Jonathan's going to say thank you, but or Zach's going to say thank you, but at the same time, you're underneath the guillotine there with those two hanging there in the middle. Anything close to the button now is gone. This is big beyond big.
Yeah, that's... Gotta hope for that rock.
Now that is going to remove your own in the back. But
it makes you shot rock, huh?
it's shot rock welded.
Let's go. Shot rock.
Man.
It's all right. So it's shot rock. It's under all kinds of cover, but it's way in the back of the house. So Jonathan just says, let's start working our way back to it. And
they're looking to
maybe
just
this one will just do it.
pick it and roll under cover for a shot. You get the hit, little bit of roll. You still block the way in for everything. You know. You see,
So that one's primed up to bump in.
well, and the real one that's primed up to bump in is on the center line underneath
Yes,
the two
yes.
that way, as we see here. And
Yeah, you've got two shots at it.
I'd bet most of the tea in China that's Jonathan's last stone.
Yeah, you know he's just eyeballing that.
Oh yeah, he's gonna see it.
Every shot
He
from
doesn't
here
want
on
to
out.
touch it. He knows that's his get out of jail.
Yep, and he hopes nobody else messes with it. But this other one, top 12, is a juicy tap back too.
And this one is not just juicy, it's spicy. It's going to slide all the
boy.
way through the other side.
Oh, if that had just sat down a little bit.
Would have been really cool. So now it's going to be the hit and roll under cover for Jonathan Pinoul.
Man, I just want to say one more time, it just seems like the problem, if there is one, is the ice is keen. Like, just throwing a little big. The ice is quick.
Yeah, both teams have. This is the second game for both teams, and they've had plenty of practice time in now. In fairness, it is running faster today than it did yesterday during practice.
You know, just looking from up here too, that center line is swept down.
It's quick right now for sure.
Yeah.
Now this one, he started out. You see, Isabella indicated that right off the bat. They're going to try to sweep it back. There's no coming back. I'd be looking to get some kind of lucky slash here. They just get the one. So it is shot stone belonging to Team Anderson. 2-3 and everything else belongs to Pinoul.
Boy, what's the call? Isn't the call here just top 4?
That's the goal. He's going to draw all day.
Top 4 center line would be perfect. Even top 8 center line would be great.
So needs to dial in the weight here. Swanberg will be calling the line. Wonder if he knows Jay the Swan Clark.
I didn't know Jay Clark was called the Swan.
He is indeed.
Huh. You learn something new every day.
Well, this one might have the weight down right, but
Man, I think you got to get off it.
yeah, he pushed this one out a little bit on his. Kind of set it.
The weight was pretty good.
Isabella works hard to get it out.
But
So, question here. That's what the house looks like. It's 1-2 for Anderson. You could throw this double takeout right now. I think up by 2 in the 6th. You got to at least kill one. I mean, if you have to be with that whole side open, it doesn't look too super.
well, I mean, why not try it? You're going to get rid of
Well,
one.
it doesn't, I was going to say the tap now, the tricep at steel is somewhat fraught with peril.
But I mean, I understand that's all loaded up front, but what if you put one on the V in Purvis?
That's another one. Great shot if you make it, but if you don't, you're going to give up 3 all day.
Right. And man, that's
joueur, c'est
loaded
le
up
meilleur joueur,
front, but
man.
that's not a guarantee.
Parce qu'un joueur
what
raté, ça
Jonathan
peut, dire, ça
thinking.
peut vouloir dire 3 points. 3 points, c'est game changer. Si j'enlève ça, si je la fais comme faut, ils peuvent juste faire 1. Si je la rate, ils
A
peuvent
quick
faire
game changer
2.
out of that.
2, c'est égalité.
1 point is a game
Mais un
changer.
joueur, ça
he
pourrait tuer
says.
la game.
Ok, fait que tu préfères peut-être enlever celle-là puis arriver ici, la tasser.
Je pense que j'aime mieux le joueur quand même. Le joueur, c'est le meilleur choix. Puis si je suis un peu heavy,
Thank
comme tu dis,
everybody
je
who's
freeze
joining
dessus
us
puis je
here.
shot là.
Yeah, draw down in the back is a really good outcome.
Phew.
Ok, top 4.
Ouais.
Dead freeze, the hardest shot in curling.
A
Ici.
series.
Ici, ici.
Isabella
ici.
suggesting the top 4. Okay.
Yeah, I
Un
love
petit
that.
peu moins que ça.
I love
Agreement.
that. If you put it between the R and the V in Purvis, I don't know what you do with that if you're yellow.
I think
I mean, if you're red.
Red will try to give us another show.
Yep. That's all you can do.
Give the people what they want.
But this
Right
draw
now-
has to be to about a 6-inch circle.
Jonathan with his final stone of the 6th. They're saying it's hot. Do they need to hit something? Can they hit something? That's going to be the call. She's pivoting right to plan B.
It's a little bit
Call
of
by
a
Isabella if you can hold
in-betweener.
it there. Etienne does indeed save that. So that takes 3 out of the conversation. The Eli shot to be a open hit and stick. For Zach Anderson to tie the game. So Zach Anderson,
I think this qualifies as a big shot.
from the Grand Forks and Fargo Moorhead Curling Clubs, with his final shot of end number 6. on this one right out of his hand. They should be able to hold it there. Oh, it is starting to take the curl. Can they hang on? Can they hang on to it? Now get off of it and just try to save the one, maybe. Oh, no, and you're going to
it
get
squirted out.
absolutely nothing out of it. It's going to be a steal of a single point. It's just one. And it'll be a 6-3 advantage
Ooh,
for Jonathan Pinoul.
that's a rough outcome there.
It certainly is. We'll be back after this in just a minute. Refresh your beverages. 2 ends of curling left to come. That's true. We're back here in the 7th end. It is Team Zach Anderson staring uphill right now. They have the hammer, having just given up a steal in the 6th. And Carson, we were talking some in the break. It's just being on the wrong side of the miss by a hair every time here.
Yeah, it looks to me like most of the misses are just a hair heavy. And I think that's because the ice is really, really quick. But I could be wrong.
You've never been wrong about anything.
That's right.
I asked your wife.
She'll chime in on the chat here for sure.
So that corner card attempt by Brandon Breckheimer drifted in there, so Albert Siciliano will get to take it out. Etienne Perrier holding the line. Holds it nicely and skitters both of his in. That's kind of
That's
dirty
nice,
right
huh?
there.
That's a nice shot.
That's kind of dirty. They lie 1-2.
Well, I mean, the look on Zach's face there said it all. He's like, man, they can't catch a break, and they really can't. They've missed shots by millimeters.
Yeah. Need to throw a guard here at some point. You have to stick to your end planned here. Need to have a guard and have rocks in play, and this one needs to settle down. This settles down just in front of their opponent's rock, so
A little freeze.
a little short of a freeze though, so Isabella's going to have a chance to take a whack at it.
Pop it right through the middle. And I don't think they probably care if she noses this and the yellow goes, right?
Stone's on the way. She looks like she put this out a little bit. It is going to hold there. This is going to punch it
Yeah, it's all good.
just fine. Oh,
Oh, that was interesting.
didn't see that coming.
Well, now.
So you see how that kind of ricocheted and rearranged everything. It is still shot stone for Team Pinoul. They have a lousy outside biter. So, a question for Zach is, how do you build back into this? He's going to elect to cover up front first, and then maybe set up a double run later.
Looks a little big, though.
This is coming on down. Going to make contact. Going to split their own sun. And they lie 1-3. So you see the indication for a control weight shot here from Isabella Saranovich. Might be able to make the double takeout here with a little bit of curl. Gonna get on the one. Just come over the top and kiss it on the way by. Still shot stone for Team Anderson now. You have to keep on protecting here. You have to realize that stone in the rings might not be what you end up scoring with later. So Morgan playing on down to the opposite side of the sheet. Looking to just lock on in there. That is going to finish up nicely and gets just a little bit too much separation probably. Now the question is, how is Jonathan going to address this? He's going to go after shot rock first. Make this, you'll be line 1-2. First on the way from Etienne Perrier. This one's crossing over the center line nicely. It's going to make contact. What kind of roll is going to happen? Does massage their own. Skitter on to the outside. They lie 1-3 and 4. So an opportunity to hit in line 2 now for Anderson. Shot on the way from Swanberg. Right up. They get some separation, and they lie 2 pretty well spread out. Beautiful roll there. Jonathan Pinoul played math here, realizing he's up 3. Just looking to make contact here. They got that no problem. Burton goes up. Shot called and made. Here's Swanberg. Need to trade these hits and sticks. That is right up on the beak.
Yeah, so the question
No.
becomes
No,
for
pas
Zach.
avec-
Ouais, avec jamais.
At which point do you switch it up and do something crazy?
I don't think you can afford to right now. I think I have to play to hold a deuce here.
Just keep trading these hits.
You play to hold a deuce and then try to steal one to force an extra. Really tough right now to set a 3 based on how we have things.
Yeah.
First from Jonathan Pinoul. Off and on, they just seem to have a little better control of the line than their opponents. Gonna make the hit, roll on over. Shot stones, still belonging.
6 for a counter there. Huh?
Yep, absolutely. And 2, 3, and 4 belonging to the Canadians. Now nothing to hit. It's going to be a straight draw. For Zach Anderson here. Trying to go back in my head as to last draw he had to throw.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
So the first is on the way for the skipper. Needs to be full 8.
Boy, they're on it hard, but it doesn't look light.
Yeah, the wheat looks pretty close. You'll see it come on into your screen. Did they overcook it? Did they overcook it? Just a little bit they did. That is third shot.
Yeah, the weight was right.
Just a little bit overcooked, and now Jonathan has to be a little bit careful here. He's going after the shot stone. Don't want to kiss your own on the way by. That would be tragic.
But they're hoping for the double here.
This is his final stone of the 7th. Off and on, usually a pretty good sign.
Calls him off. Line must be good. Little roll over.
Right on the beak. And they lie shot stone, so there will be a hit available for 2. Zach Anderson's got to remove that shot stone and hang on to his counter.
Yeah, that can't be a rocket. It's got to be a little bit of a delicate shot in here.
Definitely fair to say that this is a must make. So, Zach Anderson. Final stone of the 7th. Weight looks good. It's all about the line. Really close. Needs to move over just a touch.
Needs to catch a little more of that yellow.
It's going to catch it. They're going to skitter all the way across. It's going to be a single point for Team Anderson. They take a 2-point deficit going into the final end of play. It'll be Team Pinoul with hammer when we. Welcome back to the Pittsburgh Curling Club. It's the final end action, 8th end action rather. Draw number 3 here at the 5 and Under World Championship. We're happy to host this here at the Pittsburgh Curling Club. Thank you so much for tuning in, and if you haven't had the chance, please give us a thumbs up on the video. Help us out with the YouTube's algorithms. That first guard goes up. That's a must-have. And they're going to take a look to determine whether that's on the center line, and pretty close. I think they've come to an agreement. Whatever that agreement is, they didn't let us know, but that's okay. This first stone's going to come right on down, directly on the tee line. So you see Anderson calling for a freeze right now. A lot of people would throw a second guard up. Give yourself the opportunity to build something for later on in the end. Do need to steal 2. Tough enough to steal. It's really tough to steal with one guard, so expressing a bit of a frustration, but this might actually be the better outcome for them. It comes across, and there now are 2 guards. Here's the second rock from Albert Siciliano. This one curls up and settles into the rings. They lie 1-2. And here you see Zach Anderson wants that draw again. 2 guards are up. He won the first one, wasn't expecting the second one, but I think you need guards to steal. Virtually impossible to do without it. This rock looks a little bit big. Just that little bit is all it took.
That's been kind of the theme of the day. Just a little big. That's a big rock.
This is also a little big. Let's go make contact, no problem. Broom goes up. Roll out of the way. Don't want to give your opponent anything to use here. Looking to make that draw in again. I think we might be on the other side of the spectrum here, buddy.
Yeah, that one looks a little light, but if they can crush it.
It's okay to get to the face here. Freezing to the face is a good outcome. You're going to need to build something for later, but you do really need to get all the way down there. Right up there's going to be troublesome. And now, you generally aren't throwing guards in this situation, but I think he's saying, you know what, we got it pretty good.
In his head, he's like, I
En
know
fait, j'aimerais mieux ici.
I don't want to guard. But hey, it is what it is at this point.
And they're going to throw the guard.
It's a good call.
I
That's the
100%
right
agree. It's on the way from Isabella.
Maybe a little big.
Top 12, top 8. On peut-tu l'amener à travers? Ben, on peut-tu l'amener back 8? C'est sûr? À l'arbitre!
Saying you should sweep it back.
Yeah, where
Back
is
8,
it?
si on peut!
Then bring it back 8. Yes, bring it back 8. Don't leave it high.
Moins back 4, let's
I'm
go!
with you, Jonathan. I heard you.
Yes.
In whatever language, I understood that. Bring it deep. Now, it's 1, 2, and 3 in the rings. Zach Anderson needs to get this one welded onto shot rock, or even the one above it. Very crucial, because we're moving to the point where math will no longer math.
And this one's big, if anything.
And this is going to be down to the one in the back. Now that's not the worst thing in the world.
Well, yeah. Will you be able to get to it?
I almost like killing the one in the back now. I don't know if I'm sold in the guard here, but it's not a bad call. Etienne Perrier.
That is out in fresher ice. That may slow down.
One thing that has been documented, and one thing that you definitely know as a player, and especially you learn the more and more you play, is that when you travel down the same line, it tends to keen up and get faster and faster with each passing rock. And we've seen no slowdown here in the 8th end. And we have a timeout called, I think, someplace. Timeout right here. And they're going to discuss their strategy.
Well, there is a path.
There's the situation, Carson. Draw up a winner. Without drawing, because we don't have a telestrator. You can send those donations to the Pittsburgh Curling Club. That's McCoy Road, McKees Rocks, PA.
Phew. I don't know.
I mean, one idea is to try to sneak down the other side and change the names on the scoreboard.
Whew. I don't know if that's there. Man.
It's a tough spot right now.
Boy.
I mean, I think your first rock, you need to come on down and nestle in there. I think you can get to the back, one of the back of the forefoot.
The problem coming the other way is that back one never goes.
I don't
if
want
you're
to come
heavy.
the other way. I want to
Right.
come with the turn you've been throwing the whole time. And that's going to be the call, I think. Firm's going down. They've had their consultation.
Boy, that guard is in the way. You got to throw this maybe spinny and keep it straight. Well,
I think the line is there past the guard.
yeah, you're probably okay there.
But there is no wiggle room. This has to be perfect weight, perfect line. Just perfect. So, Swanberg attempting perfection. Line looks really good here. They're just watching
Boy,
it
that's
come down.
just
Looks to
right
be
on
about
the
back
line.
4.
Now you got to go.
Here they go. Try to get past that guard. You do. You're past the first one. Do you get past the second one? Past the second one. No, you just nudged it. Had to brush it just a hair to get by.
Wrenched back in at the end, but it's
So super close, and let's show you how that had it. They do lie shot rock, but it is 2 and 3 belong to their opponent, and it is wide open all day.
And those might get them both, huh?
You got one rock to potentially end the game here.
That's
Or
that
make-
game of inches we were talking about. Millimeters.
So Etienne Perrier with his final rock of the 8th. This line looks pretty good. On to Crow now, on to hold it straight. Got to get past that top guard. You get past the first one, past the second one, and just get the one. But it rolls in a nifty, nifty place.
C'est scary. Woo!
That is
Oui,
definitely
je voulais pas là. Ah, pour ça,
puts
toi,
them in a
t'es
good
sur le nom,
situation here. You see how it is there? It is 1-2 in favor of the team from Quebec. And Anderson needing to steal 2. Has to throw a good one here.
Just a tiny bump on the shot rock. That's what they're looking for here. Weight's got to be perfect.
This first 2, they're on this right out of his hand. Right out of his hand. This is curling already. Don't think there's any room to ever get off of this. Gotta keep on going. Gotta keep on going all the way past. Or at least chisel it so you can get there. So here's the guard's going to come up. So here's Jonathan with his first of 2. Looking to guard everything up here and take away all the hopes and dreams.
Pretty nice shot. Pretty good.
It's coming on down and it settles on in right between everything.
Yeah, that took away pretty much everything for Red.
So now what do you... The only crazy thing I see is yellow onto red and then double them off. So it's got to be the yellow that Swanberg's standing by.
Yeah.
Not Swanberg, rather. That's the one. He's looking at it now. Got the right idea there, Skipper. Just gotta draw it up. We'll make sure that we clip this, throw it up on X, and try to get some yardage out of it if we make this one.
Yep. Get your cameras out.
Get your popcorn ready.
What did he say earlier in the game? Give the people a show.
Let's give the people a show. Give the people what they want. So that's the shot. You're going to hit that probably. Oh, thick half.
Yep. You gotta drive it back to the button, not.
Well, you got to drive it back under the yellows. It's gonna end up sitting in the top 4 to count. So here we go. Zach Anderson, his final stone of end number 8. Looks to be a skosh outside. Gonna make contact. But everything wiggles around. And that'll do it. So you can hang that final score as 6-4. So congratulations to Team Pinoul. They had improved their record to 2-0 here in pool play. Our next draw is upcoming at 8 p.m. Eastern. Be sure to stay tuned to the Pittsburgh Curling Club YouTube channel. Like and subscribe to us. And you can follow the scores online on Curling Zone. Right there on the front page, we are listed. We should have a plethora of Smurfs listed for the teams. And those beautiful blue profiles that always show up. But, Carson, what are your final thoughts about this game?
Great game. Great game. I think end result was Anderson had just a little more trouble with weight than Pinoul. And that was the game.
There you go. There you go, folks. So for Carson Turner and for all of us here at the Pittsburgh Curling Club, I'm Dave Schmelt saying thanks for tuning in. We'll see you at 8 p.m.